What's up? Hoodie Sports Gamer here, and I got a video on NFL refereeing. When you're playing football, you know what you're going in for. You know it's a violent sport. You know you're going to get hit. You know, especially there's going to be a chance for injury. But the NFL is having all these rules to try to limit the injury bug, but it's a part of the football. It's part of the game. But they have all these rules, and it makes it so difficult for the defense against the offense because everything you do is a penalty. So we got this article: NFL considering major change after horrible injury. Yes, the injury to Pollard was bad. He broke his ankle, but it's a part of the game. You're gonna get injured. You're gonna get hit. The injury occurred after Pollard was dragged down from behind by cornerback Jimmy Ward in the second quarter, which caused his leg to get caught underneath Ward. Yeah, it's a bad injury. And the same injury happened to Mahomes. Mahomes played it through because he's a quarterback and doesn't need to cut like a running back. But now they're going to have this rule that you can't drag a person down like this pitcher here. Like the defense is just using his body weight to pull the Pollard down. And with the momentum of Pollard, it caused him to hit the ankle, go rolled it under the ankle. It's part of the game. So what's the defense supposed to do in this situation? Just let him go, hoping that somebody else gets him from the front? Like, I don't understand what the defense is supposed to do in this situation. You're chasing him from behind. You can't drag him by the horse collar because of all the injuries that caused. Took that out of the game. Now they're going to take this out of the game. They should not have all these rules for football. And the worst rule that they had is roughing the quarterback. You can't even touch the quarterback, basically. You can't hit him below the waist. You can't hit him above the shoulders. You can only have a certain spot and you hit him. And the reflex is, and especially in running back, you can't hit a helmet to helmet. But how are you supposed to avoid that? The reflex for a running back or anybody getting tackled to put the head down, try to absorb the weight, the hit. So you're going to have the head down. Is the defense supposed to calculate how far the guy's head's going down, try to get lower? All these rules are just ruining the game of football. I might as well just, what they're doing for the Pro Bowl. Put a bunch of flags on these players and play flag football. No pad, flag football. Pull a flag. That's what it's going to come down to. I bet in 10 years from now, football is going to be flag football and not be tackle football. My point is, the NFL is having all these rules. It's taking away from the game. It's making it a penalty fest on every game. You're going to see a lot more flags being thrown with all these rules. The game is already slow enough with the replay and all that stuff and these penalties. They can just make it worse. And Reed Tamaranda says, it's mainly in the NFL's interest to keep the best players on the field to score more points, so it makes sense. Yeah, it's ruining the game, in my opinion. It's ruining the game. You're playing football, you're going to get hit, you're going to get hurt. It's the way that if you don't want to get hurt, if you don't want to get hit, then don't play. That's the only thing. Don't play. You got to keep these suits out of the decisions. These guys who probably never played football before, making all these rules. The only way, because they're in there in the rules committee, is they're just rich. And I like this tweet from Joshua Anderson. It would be almost impossible to play in the NFL soon. And I totally believe that. It's going to be almost impossible. Thomas Floral, ridiculous. Don't let defenders tackle anymore. Play two-hand touch or flag. Defenders have too many things to think of when tackling now. We saw it in one game with the 49ers Cowboys. Both missed tackles because they were worried about getting flagged. How about Dak Prescott running in the end zone and Armstead held up? He could have tackled him for a safety, but he held up thinking he was going to get flagged for roughing the passer. And what if Dallas made a huge play and came back and won that game because of that? Who knows? That could have happened, costing the game. I remember one time I saw Nick Bosa get a sack, and he sort of landed on the quarterback, and they flagged for roughing the passer. He was just tackling the guy, and the momentum caused him to go on the quarterback, and they flagged him. It's totally ridiculous. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I wish people could fight against this and say something. These people making the rules don't care about the integrity of football. They don't care about what football is all about. It's a violent game. They're turning it into a soft game. It's going to be, like that guy said, and I said, it's going to be flag football. So here's a bunch of other rules that I don't agree with that they made. It's a little more than just hitting, but defensive pass interference. I think it should be at college. Maybe 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. There's too many times where these penalties are 40 to 50 yards penalty. Offense gets down on like the 1 yard line if it's in the end zone, and it's like totally not fair because pass interference are judgment calls. It's just so weird that some are penalties and some don't. You see on replays like the cornerbacks are like fighting with the receiver and they bump into each other and he puts his arm around. They don't call a flag. But then there's other times where even less contact, they call a flag. That's why in my other about the referee video, I said it's a way for the referees to fix games the best they can without being obvious. Calling penalties in certain points of the game to favor one team over the other. You've seen it time and time and again through the years. Here's another one. 5 yard contact. Rule change. Contact between defender and receiver prohibited beyond 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, also known as the Mel Blount rule. Old rules, contact was allowed beyond 5 yards. You've seen replays, like I said. You've seen it contact after more than 5 yards, but sometimes they don't call it, sometimes they do. So how's the defense supposed to know what to do and what not to do, what they can get away with and what they can't get away with? Bottom line is, these guys are making too many rules, too many changes to affect mostly on the defense side of the ball. Another one is protecting the receivers over the middle. Ronnie Lott, who was a great player, Hall of Famer, would not survive the way the game is played today. He punished people going over the middle. He made contact when the ball was there, and he hit the guys so hard to break up the pass. And you can't do it nowadays. Like, I've seen penalties called when they make contact after the ball hit the receiver's hands, and these rules hitting a defensive player. I don't understand. If the guy is about to catch the ball, you're not allowed to hit him hard. So I guess just wave your hands and hopefully you knock the ball out, and you can't hit the player on the sidelines or in the middle. They eliminated what defenses can do. I think it's causing harm to the game, and I know they think high-scoring games is great and people want to see. But people want to see like big hits too, and they're not allowing that anymore. And I think it's ruining the game. So guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think the NFL shouldn't make all these rules strapping the defensive players, limiting what they could do? Please let me know. Subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks.